Hey, thanks so much for joining us. I'm Brian, and this is Sharon, here with PBBA and the Faith and Hope Counseling Ministry. Hey, throughout so much that's happening in 2020, 2021, uncertainty has been a theme that's just going to guide the day in and day out, the headlines, wherever we go. Well, even though it's affected adults of all ages, it's also affected kids. And as parents and just influencers of the upcoming generation, we need to know how to help navigate our kids through seasons of uncertainty. And so Dr. Thompson's here to kind of give some tips and some guidance of how parents and influencers over the next generation can help guide children through seasons of uncertainty. So Dr. T, just thanks for kind of spending some time together again and help us guide and navigate kids through uncertainty. So you got a little list. What's the tops?
Well, you know, these are such difficult times for children because things change, then they change again, then they change again, and they don't know what to expect. So one of the most important things that parents and leaders can do is to try to keep a consistent routine.
Okay.
Whether you're homeschooling, whether you're watching church or going to church, make sure that routine is consistent as possible so there's some predictability in the season of unpredictability.
Good. It's kind of like getting in a really healthy rut can be kind of a sense of security.
Right.
Got it. All right, number one. And so help through those uncertain times, get a good predictable routine. Number two.
Number two, so within that routine, we want to be sure that children get adequate sleep. And so sleep's a big deal for kids. And, you know, now that a lot of kids are homeschooling or they're schooling online, it's easy to not stay so structured with that bedtime, but having that sleep, kids need not only physically but emotionally to be able to process things.
Yeah, and then based off their age, that changes the recommended number of hours,
right,
whatever it might be. So check their pediatrician for
That's
what's the
right.
best number.
That's right.
They'll figure
And
it
for
out.
your child personally, so different kids, even the same age, may need a little more, a little less sleep, and you can notice if your child starts to be more teary or more grumpy, maybe they need a little more sleep.
Oh, I got you. All right, number three.
Number three, you want to answer what they ask, not what they don't ask. And so it's kind of like the same way when we're talking about kids and sex. We want to answer the question they've asked, not the question that we think they're going to ask or that they haven't asked. So if they say, what will happen to you if you get COVID? You say, well, I probably would be very sick. And that's all I really know, right? Because we don't know the whole outcome, right? Or if they say, will we die? That comes to my next point. If you don't know, we're going to say, I don't know. I don't know if anybody in our family is going to die of COVID. I know that we're doing all the things we can to try to stay healthy.
Yeah, so it's good to kind of admit with clarity and at the same time say, I don't know. And so you're not reading too far in and projecting your thoughts into theirs and going for theirs. So good word. All right, next.
So next, we want to play together. The language of children is play. And so having that time where they're playing, not on electronics, but with toys, with markers, with paint, with blocks, with Legos, those kind of things. Because in doing that, that's how children express their world and what's going on. And as they're playing, you may see your children playing out COVID. So recently I saw a 5-year-old who put masks on all the dolls in our playroom and then would have them start to walk up to each other and go, oh no, we can't talk, there's COVID. And so showing kind of his experience of what COVID was like.
Play help to express that.
That's right.
Gotcha.
That's
Okay,
right.
is there one more?
There's one more, so we want to pray. The most important thing that we can do above anything else is to pray with our children, to let them know COVID is big, but our God is so much bigger. And we can depend on Him in these crises of life. It's such an important time to teach your children and to model for them what your faith is all about.
All right, hey, well, thanks so much. Hey, we know whether it's COVID or whether it's just part of life, seasons of uncertainty are going to come and go. And so we want you to use these tips to be able to guide and influence your children through whatever season uncertainty is facing them and facing your family. If you have any other questions about this or other topics of your personal life and better mental health, don't hesitate to reach out to us here at the Faith and Hope Counseling Center. We're happy to serve you. God bless.